Good evening and welcome to Bulldogs hockey. They're going over the rules and regulations for players and fans. We're live at the RP Lumber Center where we're getting ready to drop the puck with the Collinsville K-Hawks.
Welcome to tonight's matchup between the visiting team, the Collinsville K-Hawks, and your own team, the Highland Bulldogs.
Collinsville looks to have a short bench tonight with just about 10 to 12 on the bench, plus two goaltenders.
On the fence, number 96, freshman, Kickstarter. At center, number 71, junior, Owen Stinnett. And number 35, senior Mr. Ryman. The Jayhawks are coached by the legendary Crypto. And now for our team, Highland Bulldogs.
Your Highland Bulldogs starting lineup. Number 75, Luke Gunter. Number 3, Wyatt Renderer. Josh Resman Jr. Number 12. Here number 34, Jake the Snake Resman. Number 18, Kyson Hoyt. And in between the pipes tonight, number 88, Wade Konieczny.
At this time, please stand for the standing.
14 minutes on the clock as they get ready to drop the puck at center ice. Boyd will take the draw against Stinnett. I'm wearing number 71 for Collinsville. Hoyt wins it back over to Resman. One of them on defense. Render tries to drop that back. The Resman brothers will play catch before they find a nice outlet pass rink wide to Luke Gunter. He snakes his way through traffic, puts one on net. Gunter into the corner. Resman holds the blue line. They got Duffy trying to cherry pick out there at the red line. Gunter finding some open space right over to Hoyt. He sends one in, slow roller, and the goaltender for Collinsville will get that covered up for a whistle. And a Bulldogs O-zone face-off. Nimmo will take the draw. Collinsville wins it, but chips it out to Resman. He'll throw it through traffic, redirected in front. And Collinsville will try to exit the zone. They make it out to the blue line. In over the Bulldogs blue line. They fire a shot that's blocked away by Josh Resman. Patton Weiss will skate it out of the zone. He'll dump it in. And Hicks will go in on the forecheck. It's Landon flavor. He chips it down low for Weiss. Hicks comes away with it. We'll send it over to the far side for Deacon Aravik, who sends it towards the net, and that's cut off. Recovered by Nimmo. He'll send one on net off the goaltender. Collinsville dancing it down below their own goal line. Weiss with a big hit. And out to the blue line it goes. Collinsville bring that in. That was offside, but they wave it on. Cleared out by Resman. Out to center ice. Nimmo drops it off for Hicks. He'll wind up through neutral ice before he tries to dump it in, and that goes off a stick and up into the Collinsville bench. And so we'll get a neutral zone face-off at center ice. And the Bulldogs will get a change. We'll have Hoyt, Gunter, and Renderer up front, backed up by Tolley and Aravik. Konyechny in the blue paint. We'll try to win it back. Tolley with some nice hand-eye skills there to clear it out on the bouncing puck. Hoyt will chip it into the zone and go in on the face-off, or go into the corner. They'll send it out to Aravik at the point, and we'll throw it back down low for Hoyt. Hoyt throws it down behind the net for Gunter. He'll power his way through the zone, skates it out to the point, finds some open ice, sends it through. Hoyt redirected and picks up his own rebound for the goal. Bulldogs on the board with 11:28 left to go in the first period. 6 shots on net so far for the Bulldog. One of them finds the twine. Forwards stay the same. Gunter up front with Renderer and Hoyt. On defense, we've got Cooper Hicks and Reagan Dortch. Renderer brings it in the zone, fires one looking for that far side leg pad. That'll come out to neutral ice where Dortch will set it up for Hicks. He'll chip it forward for Hoyt. Collinsville recovers it, and they'll get set up. They find Owen Stennett at center ice. He'll throw on the afterburners and bring it in. Konyechny in the crease. It goes wide of him, off the end boards. And Collinsville will turn it over to Hicks. Hicks sends it down low to Dortch. She'll send it right back as the Bulldogs will find plenty of open ice. They drop it off for Hicks. He'll send it back over to Dortch. Up the boards for Landon Hicks, who goes rink wide to Render. He drops it off for Nimmo. Nimmo goes just wide of the net, back the other way. Collinsville turns it over to Cooper Hicks. He'll clear it back out. Collinsville brings it in. That was offside. And they let him play. They'll dump it in. Nimmo sends it out to the point. Render battling, come away with it. He'll clear it out. Yeah, Nimmo brings it in offsides as Hicks is in early as the Collinsville Jayhawks got a stick in the lane to slow down the entry into the offensive zone. Resman on defense. Nimmo, Gunter, and Weiss up front. They'll redo the faceoff. Nimmo wins it over to Weiss. He tries to throw it into the zone. Jayhawks will mishandle it, and then Bulldogs will do the same, and they'll dump it down and in. Resman into the corner. Jake Flavor chips it around for Weiss. Weiss will send it hard around the boards for Gunter. Gunter with plenty of time for that stretch pass over to Patton Weiss, and he brought it in offside, but they wave it off. Nimmo down low out front to Gunter, shoots, and goes off the goaltender and wide. That was a beauty of a centering pass. Nimmo gets a stick in the lane. Weiss comes in, picks it away from Collinsville. He'll throw it down and in. Follows it up. Gunter comes in, pick up the loose puck as Collinsville tried for the drop pass, but nobody was home. Gunter out to Resman. He'll throw it hard off the boards looking for Hoyt. In the corner is Weiss with it. He'll send it over to Resman, but he wasn't quite ready for the pass. And it comes out to neutral ice where Jake the Snake Resman will pick it up. Sets it up for Hoyt. Hoyt with some time. Takes it into the zone, chips it, and he'll chase. Bulldogs are changing. Hicks and Rinder are out there with him. Hoyt will kick it around the inboards to Josh Resman. Stennett brings it out into the zone. Resman will chase. And right in front, shot saved by Konieczny. And it's cleared out into neutral ice. That's offside as Collinsville clears it right over to the man who is still trying to exit the zone. So they're going to pull that one all the way back to just off the Bulldog bench. 8:09 left to go in the first period. 1-0 Bulldogs is the score. Nimmo on the draw, wins it back to Tolley. Tolley over to Aravik. Aravik fans on the pass, and Parker comes in. Aravik totally redeems himself and takes the stick, and Tolley picks up the loose puck. Tolley over to Nimmo just at his feet, and that'll go all the way down for an icing whistle. And a defensive zone face-off for the Bulldogs just to the left of Konieczny. 7 shots to 3 in favor of the Bulldogs. Nimmo, Orn, and Gunter will come on the ice. Tolley and Aravik on D. Shot off the face-off, saved by Konieczny. Gunter knocks it down with a high stick, so he'll let Collinsville have it. Gunter trying to work it north. Duffy pushes it down low. Ravik over to Gunter. Gunter stretch pass over to Orn, but a bouncing puck. He's unable to settle it. Nimmo comes in to pick it away from Collinsville. Tolley holds at the blue line, and we're going to get I believe, a high stick call. And Nimmo's going to the box for a 2-minute. 7:15 left to go in the first. Hoyt takes the draw. Collinsville wins it back. They'll settle it at the point. They walk it in. Shot. Saved by Konieczny. Hoyt over in the far boards. And he makes a move and throws the brakes on. That'll come out to the blue line and go all the way down. Ezra Fryman settles it for Collinsville. Hicks in there on a good forecheck, almost able to knock it away. Duffy brings it in from Collinsville, snaps one that goes just a bit outside, 6 or 7 feet, and it's cleared all the way down by the Bulldogs. Fryman will settle it for the K-Hawks. And the K-Hawks will play catch. Cooper Hicks in there taking the body on Klein. Collinsville snaps it over to the far side to find some open ice. They'll fire one a high lofter wide of Konieczny. Hicks in the corner. Trying to clear it out. Held down low by Collinsville. Out to the top of the slot. Shot goes wide again. Render from the near glass clears it out. Looking for Weiss on that stretch pass, but Collinsville will dump it back down and in. Konieczny drops it off for Dortch. Collinsville holds on to it, and Weiss will clear it out. That's going to go all the way down the ice. No icing any longer on power plays at either varsity or JV level. 5:24 left to go in the first period. 1-0 Bulldogs. And Nemo's out of the box. The Bulldogs have killed it off. Moravik clears it up the boards for Render. He drops it off over to the near side where Hoyt skates into it. Tries to center it, but nobody's home. And Collinsville exit the zone. We try to center it to, I think that was Parker, and he was tied up by Bulldogs. Totally bulldozing his way out. Gets it up to Hicks. Hicks over to Gunter. Off of his skate, and it'll go down and in. Hoyt with a nice poke check. Fires one. Saved. Hicks. Rebound. Covered up by Fryman. He'll let it be. As it's cleared out by the K-Hawks. Moravik dumps it in. He'll go hard in on the forecheck as the Bulldogs are changing. Gunter drops back to D, and the K-Hawks will clear it out where Jake Resman will play catch with Jack Nimmo. Over to Gunter. Gunter winds up right through the center, fires a shot, chipped in the corner by Fryman. Collinsville with some time and space. Stennett will wind up down the near glass, and he'll dump it down and in. It's going to go into the far corner for Resman. He'll clear it out to the point, and Collinsville will hold and dump it. Stennett tries to center it. It's cut off by Resman. Resman over to the near side for Gunter. He tries to hit Nimmo, who's rocketing through center ice. Collinsville get set up in their own zone. Stretch it over to the far side for Mosby. Wallace will cut that off. Puck finds its way from Resman to Resman. Back over to the near glass for Cash Wallace. He'll chip it, and that'll go down and in for Collinsville to get it set up in their own zone. They loft it in. Jake Resman winds up down the near side. Tries to get it up to Justin Lay. Back the other way by Klein. He'll fire one that goes off of a body and wide to Konieczny in net. Collinsville tries to center it. Nobody's home. Lay up to Howard. Over to Wallace. He'll dump it in. Bulldogs race in there. Howard showing some good pressure there. Resman picks it up at the blue line, and he'll get reset. He'll drop it off for Reagan Dortch, but just wide of Reagan. And she'll clear it all the way around. That's going to come out to neutral ice as the Bulldogs get a change in. Orrin fresh off the bench. Unable to settle it, and they bring it in. Shot and a save by Konieczny, and he'll get that covered up for a whistle with 2:07 left to go in the first period. 10 shots to 6 as it starts to even out a little bit from early in the game. Face off one back to Resman. George will clear it out. Weiss in on the forecheck to put some pressure on. Collinsville will bring it back the other way, and they'll snap that in offside. They'll have to tag up as Dortch will get possession. Tries to go right up the center to Render. He is able to settle it, gets it over to Orrin. Orrin drops it off for Weiss. Back to Orrin. Bouncing puck goes just wide of Fryman. Render with a nice shoulder-to-shoulder hit. And they bring it back the other way. Stinnett, poke checked by Hicks. And the Bulldogs will take possession. Up the boards, looking for Orn. It goes off a Collinsville stick and all the way down. They'll get set up behind their own net. Hicks putting some pressure on, and Collinsville will break it out. Center ice to Stinnett. Stinnett brings it in, fires a shot. That's off of the stick of Tolley. Tolley just being a menace in there. No stick. Not sure if it's broke or Tolley controlling the puck. Gets it up to Hicks. Hicks on the backhand up to Gunter. Gunter back over to Hicks. Hicks tries to drive the net. Hoyt there looking for the rebound. And it's back the other way. Back up in the K-Hawk defensive zone. Gunter is able to knock it away. He centers it. Oh, Hicks is just a bit late on it. Cooper Hicks sends it towards the net. Cut off by Collinsville. Bulldogs are able to hold on to it, though. A shot goes wide of Fryman. And cleared out to center ice where Jake the Snake Resman almost turns it over. And cleared out by Hoyt. And that'll do it for the end of the first period. 1-0 Bulldogs. 11 shots to 6 in favor of the Bulldogs. Back for this second period, 14 minutes on the clock. We'll have Nemo, Hauer, and Orn backed up by Resman and Resman. Sounds like a law firm or a couple of boys that might need one someday. Just teasing. Ryman will clear it over to the far boards. Held at the point by Josh Resman. Held again. Orn will skate it towards the net. Fires one off the stick of the goaltender. Nemo with it now. Skates it. Sends it out to Resman. Resman will send one towards the net. And Orn will try to redirect it, but it didn't have enough to get there. Orn battling down low. Tries to get a backhanded shot on, and Collinsville sends that out to the point where Jake Resman will settle it. Goes to the backside looking for Orn, but he's tied up by Hill. They're having a wrestling match back there. Out to the point for Jake the Snake Resman. He'll send it over to his brother at the top of the circles. And that one will come out of the zone. Shot save, Konieczny. Off the stick of, I believe that's Duffy. Shot blocked down there by Resman. Resman sends it around the inboards for his brother. He'll tries to let it go for Weiss. Cut off by Nemo. Shot blocked down by Resman and cleared out. And that'll be just enough for an icing whistle and a Bulldogs defensive zone face-off to the right of Konechny. Hoyt takes the face-off, wins it over to Justin. I can't remember if it's Lay or Lie. My apologies. Justin will skate it out of the zone. Works it through the legs of the defender. Skates it in. Shot. Oh, blocker save by Fryman. That would have been a highlight goal for the end of the season right there. Klein winds up through center ice. Konechny seals it up. Makes the save. And dumps it down and in. Dortch going in on the going in to put some pressure on. She'll send it out to the point. Simmons will hold it and dump it back in. Hicks tries to drop it off. Klein will get there. Hoyt comes in, takes the body with a nice shoulder, skates it out of the zone. Over to Lai. He'll take the body. Over to, Weiss was wide open on the back door and just hesitated to settle it. Hicks battling on the near boards. Stennett will pick it up. He'll race through center ice. Toley there. Tries to throw the poke check on, and he tries to drop the shoulder and drive the net, and it goes off the side of the net. Toley trying to clear it back out. That'll go all the way around the inboards for Hicks, but Collinsville will get there first. Gunter will come in to assist, and Toley will skate it away. Back over to Gunter. Looking for Render out into neutral ice. And Render will regroup with the pass to Hicks. Over to Toley. Over to Gunter. Knocked away from Gunter, but Hicks will pick it up and he'll drive the zone. Oh, almost feeds it up to Gunter. Out to Toley. Back over to Gunter. Gunter fires a shot. Leg pad save. That puck had eyes, but Fryman had the leg pad set up just perfect. Stennett will pick it up for Collinsville. He'll bring it out of the zone. Toley will throw the poke check, and the puck goes into the corner. Moravik dancing down low, putting pressure on Parker. Comes out to Gunter. Gunter tries to clear it out, but that's held at the blue line and dumped in. Stennett tries to center. Kitstein will drive it down low. They put it in front of the net, and Collinsville will recover it. That goes on net, and Konechny is taking no chances as there's a lot of traffic in front. He'll freeze that puck, melt it down for a whistle. 9:34 left to go in the second. 1-0 Bulldogs is still the score. 14 shots to 10 in favor of the Dogs. Nimmo, Orn, and Wallace over on the far side. Orn chips it out to the blue line. He'll clear it out, brings it in. Gets it over to Nimmo. Nimmo waiting for reinforcements. Stennett drops it off on the near side to Duffy. Nimmo takes the body, cuts Duffy off. That'll go into the far corner. Wallace pokes it forward. Shot cut off by Jake the Snake Resman. Orn clears it out on the backhand pass. Nimmo throws the afterburners on with Wallace. And that one will come back out at the hands of Mosby. Resman and Resman playing catch. Resman pokes it forward for Nimmo. And Resman again over to Resman. Jake flavor this time. He'll wind up and dump it in cross corner. Fryman will chip it. Jake the Snake Resman battling down low, trying to come away with it. And that's offside. Bulldogs will tag up. Collinsville will get reset. They clear it out. Resman settles it at center ice. He's going to regroup. Drops it off for Hoyt. Hoyt Over to Jake the Snake Resman. Back to Josh Resman. Collinsville picks it up, takes it down low. It'll squirt out to Weiss, who can't clear it out. Jake Resman now up the boards to Weiss. Pass is too hot to handle, and Collinsville will bring it towards the net. They try to center it. Jake Resman cuts it off. He'll get it over to his brother, Josh Resman, who winds up, brings it in, takes it wide, fires one. Blocker saved by Fryman. Horn chips it down low for Resman. He centers it. Weiss follows it over to the boards, but Collinsville clears it out to center ice. Howard, man, he took offense to a hit there and just laid somebody out. I'd like to see a little more of that from Mr. Howard. Collinsville up the boards. Drop it off and fan on the shot. Hicks will clear it out. Over to Weiss and chipped away by Simmons. Howard recovers it. He'll throw it into the corner. Hicks will go in on the forecheck. 6:42 left to go in the second period. Howard picks it up over on the far boards. Bulldogs with a 1-0 lead. Cooper Hicks from his own defensive zone up to his brother Landon Hicks. And he'll chase it into the zone. Gunter there to pick it up. Drives the net. Shot off the post. Hicks drops it back down for Gunter. Gunter battling. Trying to poke it around to Dortch, but Collinsville will hold it down low. Hicks comes away with it. He'll drop it off for Gunter. Gunter, shot. Fryman's got the post sealed up. Gunter out to Hicks. Hicks back down to Gunter. Gunter over to the far side for Dortch, and the pass is too hot to handle, and she'll pick it up in neutral ice and reset. Dortch over to Hicks. Stretch pass up to Hicks. Almost finds its way to Rinder. He'll race in. Almost came away with it, but it's chopped away by Collinsville. Gunter comes in. And Collinsville will break it out to Stinnett. Stinnett brings it in wide. Right up the center. Rinder knocks it away, and Hicks skates it out to center ice. And Collinsville will have to regroup. Mosby will bring it in. Weston Lyle chip it away. Extend it over to the far side. Shot. Blocked away by Konieczny. Dortch clears it out to center ice. Nimmo tries to pick it away. And Collinsville throw it in and have to tag up. Dortch up the boards looking for Rinder. Collinsville at their own blue line. Knocked down by Nimmo. Stinnett over on the far boards, winds up and dumps it in cross corner. George up the lie, and that comes out to center ice where Rinder comes in, throws on the speed, skates it right up through the center ice, forehand, backhand, goal! As he beats Fryman with the nifty stick handling right in front to make it 2-0 Bulldogs with 4:23 left to go in the second period, 18 shots to 12. Point on the draw with Wallace and Hicks. It's one back to Tolley, who's out with Rabick. Turned over to Collinsville. Tolley blocks the shot. Rabick will clear it out up to Hicks, but it's a bouncing puck goes over his stick. And Collinsville will snap it back into the zone where Rabick comes in. He'll take the body of Klein. Wallace will get a stick in the lane. He'll exit the zone. Rabick knocks down a pass, and he'll dump it down and in. 3:45 left to go in the second period. Hicks right in front. Shot. Loose. Oh, Collinsville is able to clear it out. And Nolan Duffy will skate it out of the zone. He'll wind up down the near glass as he throws on some speed. Tries to go far corner on Konieczny. Hicks back the other way. He'll drive it into the zone. Over to Hoyt. Hoyt off the post. And Collinsville picks up the loose puck and clears it out. They wave that off as Tolley goes into the corner. Hoyt battling with Duffy. Comes out to Gunter. Gunter winds up through center ice. He's down low. Nobody is knocking him off of that puck as he gets there back to Weiss. Oh! He's robbed by Fryman as he stretches out the leg pad. Right in front. A rebound comes out, but Fryman will get that smothered and covered for a whistle with 2:44 left to go in the second period. 2-0 Bulldogs. Goals from Rinder and Hoyt tonight. Nimmo on the draw with Gunter and Weiss on the wings. Makes its way over to Weiss. He battles with Parker for possession. He'll drop it off down low for Nimmo. Nimmo tries to drop it off for Weiss. And Resman will hold the zone. Gets it over to Gunter. He'll throw a weak one on the backhand towards the net. Resman with a nice move. Drives his own shot. Up high off the glass. And Jake the Snake Resman tries to make the same move, but Collinsville cleared out. Stinnett races in for Collinsville. They try to center it. Resman with the block. And Gunter clears it up to Nimmo. Weiss clears it up the boards into the zone where Collinsville will settle it. And they'll go down the ice for Stinnett. They get it out front, but it goes through. Parker will regroup. I'll drop it off for Simmons, and he'll fan on the shot. Hauer races over to the boards. Jake Resman goes up the boards for Hauer. Simmons is able to hold, and it's dumped back down and in. Comes out over to Jack Zorn. He'll wind up down the near boards. Tries to drop it off for Resman. Collinsville will pick it away, but only for a moment, where Stinnett will set it up. Sends it over to the near side for Kitstein. Back over to Stinnett. And Render's got him tied up. Into the far corner for Orn. From his own defensive zone, he turns it over. They try to center it. Cooper Hicks will cut it off. Stinnett will hold it at the blue line. Josh Resman there to pick it away. He'll go over to the near side looking for Hauer, but it's on his offhand and it'll trickle out of the zone. Resman hard around the boards looking for Jack Zorn, but Hill will hold at the point for the K-Hawks. Stinnett tries to send one through traffic, and that'll go off the body and up into the netting for a whistle with 28.6 seconds left to go in the second period. 2-0 is the score. 22 shots to 13 in favor of the Bulldogs. Boyd on the draw, wins it back to Dortch. She'll chip it around the boards for Cooper Hicks. Hicks with some time, chips it into the zone. Hoyt able to hold it as Collinsville tries to clear it out. Hoyt will dump it down low. Or Cooper Hicks will drop it down low for Landon Hicks. Hoyt knocks it away from Stinnett, and Dortch will race back and in. She's pushed down by Nolan Duffy. But it's too little too late as the second period expires with a score of 2-0 Bulldogs. 22 shots to 13 in favor of the Dogs. And we'll be back in just a few minutes with the last 14 minutes of the game. Konieczny skates out to the pipes to finish off the last 14 minutes. Hoyt, Hicks, and Lai line up front. Ravik and Tolley on the defensive end. Collinsville with it at their own blue line. Lai takes the body. Stinnett will dump it down and in. Ravik throws the brakes on as he's got plenty of time and space. Up to Hicks. Hicks skates it out of the zone. Brings it in over the blue line. Figures he might as well take it a little bit further. Able to give him right in the slot. Shot saved by Fryman with the leg pad. Hoyt drops it off for Tolley. Tolley back to Ravik, but just out of his reach. So the Bulldogs will give the old breakout another shot. High over to Hicks. Nimmo in on the forecheck. Hicks will pick up the loose puck. Right out to Nimmo, like you read about, and he can't settle it. Hicks over to looking for Rinder, but cut off by Kitstein. Back the other way for Stinnett. Over to Duffy. Duffy fires one, blockered away by Konieczny. Nimmo takes the body and Ravik takes the puck. Up the boards for Gunter. Gunter trying to work it forward, but Collinsville picks it away. Rinder gets a stick in the lane on the dump in. They get it right out front. Nobody's home. And back down and in, and it goes wide to Konieczny. Rinder clears it out. Nimmo gets it off the stick. Out to the point for Resman, and it comes back out to neutral ice where Josh Resman will set it up for Gunter. Gunter winds up, gets his pocket picked by Stinnett, who will bring it back in, fires a shot, glove down by Konieczny, and goes out behind the goal line. Rinder gets his pocket picked. Hoyt comes in, knocks Hill off the puck, and cleared out to the point for Klein. He'll throw it over on the far side for Stinnett. Josh Resman chipping it forward. Gunter there as well. Out to the point, held again by Collinsville. Resman to Resman. Back over to Resman. Bulldogs are not giving him a whole lot to pass to. Resman over to Rinder. Rinder drops it off for Hoyt. Tries to lead him, but it's far out in front. And Collinsville will send it hard around the boards, where Josh Resman tries to snap it towards the net, and that's off a body. Resman comes in. Konieczny takes the shot off the chest, and it goes up into the netting. Nimmo takes the face off, wins it back to Dortch. She tries to work it forward, and it's dumped in by Collinsville. Horn comes in. Tries to separate the man from the puck. Shot saved. Konieczny with the leg pad. Cooper Hicks from the corner. Clears it out into neutral ice. Stretch pass over to Stinnett. He tries to work it forward. Nimmo comes in, takes the body. Cooper Hicks with some time now. Over skates it. Collinsville holds his own. Lewis skates in. And chipped away by Cooper Hicks. Collinsville showing some signs of life here late in the game in the third period. 9:50 left to go. 2-0 Bulldogs is the score. Rimmed all the way around and dumped back in by Collinsville. Nimmo gets his pocket picked by Lewis. Dortch will clear it up. Looking for Orn. Horn down in the corner, battling with Mosby. Horn will skate it out of the zone as he winds up down the near boards. He'll get the red line and dump it down and in. Weiss will go in on the forecheck, and the Bulldogs will change with 9:10 left to go in the third. Wallace holds it at the blue line, tries to work it over to Weiss or Hicks, who's skating through center ice. And Collinsville will pick it up, and they'll race it down the near boards. Aravik able to knock it away. Chases down low, takes the man, and Hicks will pick up the loose puck. Hicks winds up. Right through the center of the ice, turns, fires, saved by Fryman. Nobody in front to clean up the loose puck. Wallace picks it up. Over to Hicks, but it's cut off by Kitstein of Collinsville. Duffy will race in, but it's back out into neutral ice. And the Jayhawks will have to tag up. Moravik over to Tolley. Tolley right up center ice for Hicks. Hicks tries to poke it forward for Gunter, but Collinsville able to hold on to it, and they'll bring it in. Far side, looking for Duffy. He can't settle it. Shot off the side of the net. And Tolley will exit the zone. Stretch pass over to Gunter. Gunter throws on the afterburners. Tries for the wraparound. Tries to find Tolley out front. He'll just take it for a skate. He's drawn in two Collinsville Jayhawks now. Tolley down low. Tries to center it, but nobody's home. Moravik can't settle the bouncing puck. So he'll regroup at center ice. Goes hard up the boards for Render. Render will dump it down and in. And Hicks will go in on the forecheck. He's been out there for a while. Still comes away with it. Hicks over to Render. Render pokes it forward. Goal! And that'll make it 3-0 Bulldogs. And Render's second of the night. With 7:29 left to go in the third period. 25 shots to 17 in favor of the Bulldogs. Boyd out to take the face off with Howard and Renderer. Collinsville wins it forward. Howard lifts the stick, and Hoyt chips it out. Hoyt working it forward. Skates it in. Fires a shot. Ryman with the save. Oh, they almost turned it over right in front to Howard. But that'll come off a body and all the way out to Jake the Snake Resman, who's out with Josh Resman. We don't know if he's got a snake or not. Up the boards looking for Render. That goes off a Collinsville player and all the way down. They'll get set up, and they turn it over to Render with Hoyt right there. Hoyt drops it off for Render. He tries to skate it out in front. Loose. Howard causing some havoc there right in the crease as well. Render back down low. Over to Hoyt. He snaps one. Render. Oh! Fryman gets over to make the save and denies Render the hat trick. That's the kind of pressure we need right in front, though, that's for sure. We'll take the face off just to the left of Fryman. Nimmo, Weiss, and Orn out with Resman and Resman. Win it back to Josh Resman. He'll dump it down and in, looking for Weiss. Weiss will send it hard up the boards for Jake the Snake Resman. Comes out in front. Orn fires a shot. Oh, just high. He had a good screen there from the defenseman. Jake the Snake Resman taking the body all the way through. And Collinsville can't make a zone entry. Stinnett picks it up his own blue line. Weiss throws the poke check. They got Duffy over here on the near side, but Stinnett doesn't have much room to take it anywhere. And Weiss, nailed by Duffy. And that's cleared out over to the near boards and out of the zone by Orn. Weiss goes in on the forecheck. Collinsville will throw it all the way around the boards. Weiss putting the body on Stinnett before he goes off for a change. Duffy will pick it up at center ice, and he'll fire it down and in. Right out to the front of the crease, and a shot goes off a body. Cooper Hicks over to mountain man Luke Gunter, just at his feet, so he's not able to settle it. Collinsville Stinnett picks it up again. Poke check from behind by Gunter. All the way out to the point for Collinsville. They'll throw it back down low. Try to center it. Cooper Hicks will cut that off. It'll come loose to Duffy. He'll throw it off the side of the net. Cooper Hicks back up to Gunter. He'll drop it off for Landon Hicks, who chips it around Hill, and he'll chase down low. Kitstein there with Hicks. Over to the far side for Justin Lyde. And Kitstein's able to clear it out of the zone, and he'll skate it hard into the Bulldog zone. Fires a shot on net. And Konieczny with a save. Lyde's just in there wreaking havoc tonight, getting under the skin of Collinsville. 4:25 left to go in the game. 3-0 Bulldogs is the score. Hicks wins it forward. He'll block a shot too, and now he's off to the races with Hill. Hicks, shot, goal! Cooper Hicks hammers one home to make it 4-0 Bulldogs. As he races in against Hill to get there first and beats Fryman 5-hole to extend the Bulldogs' lead. .416 left to go in the game. Bulldogs with the 4-goal lead. Hoyt, Weiss, and Rinder up front. Jayhawks win it back. Hoyt trying to work it over for Rinder. Klein brings it in. Oravik knocks it away. Hoyt will pick it up. Races back the other way. He's tag teamed there by a couple of Collinsville kids. Almost looked like a scene out of Slapshot. Back over to Hoyt. Stretch pass over to Weiss. Weiss into the corner. He battles with Simmons. Hoyt and Stinnett there as well. We got all night. 3:33 left to go in the third. Comes out to Hoyt. He'll get it over to Oravik in neutral ice. Tolley picks up the puck as he strips it away from Klein, and Weiss will bring it in. Fires one just wide. Looking for that rebound shot there for Rinder as he drives the net. Nemo trying to center it, but Collinsville cuts it off. Stinnett will wind up through center ice. And it's poked away by Nemo. Tolley down low. Right up the center to Nemo. He'll throw the afterburners on as he comes in with Rinder. Nemo center it and takes a shot. Making sure Fryman's got that goal post sealed up. 2:35 left to go in the third. 4-0 Bulldogs is the score.
3-6-5-1. 3-6-5-1 breaks that lead up.
Nemo takes the face-off, wins it back. Resman's able to hold his own. Orn throws it down and in. Nemo will go into the corner. Orn trying to work it out front. He's out there with Hauer on the wing. Collinsville exits the zone. They bring it in over the blue line. Fires shot, blocked away by Resman. Horn gets a stick in the lane, and Resman working to clear that out. He does. Horn sends it over to the near side for Nemo. But they're going to let that go down and in with a minute 52 left to play. Resman tries to settle it, but it's a rolling puck off. And they bring that in offside as Duffy's in early. And Lewis had stripped the puck. 1:42 left in the game. 29 shots to 19 in favor of the Bulldogs. Hicks, Gunter, and Lai over on the wing. One forward. Gunter chips it into the zone from his knees. Lai picks it up, gets it over to Hicks. Shot goal! Hicks from Lai to make it 5-0 Bulldogs with 1:33 left to go in the third period. Hicks on the draw with Gunter and Lai. One back to Cooper Hicks. Collinsville chips it in. Shot from Klein goes up into the netting for a whistle with 1:21 left to go in the game. Bulldogs with a 10-shot lead and a 5-goal lead. Hoyt against Nemo. Hoyt against Stinnett on the faceoff. Hoyt wins it forward. Collinsville defense settles it. They'll skate it out to the blue line. Simmons winds up, fires a shot. Loose right in front. And Stinnett tries to chop it towards the net. And it's off a stick up into the netting for another faceoff with 1:08 left to go in the game. The Resman brothers will come on for defense. Hoyt on the draw. Wins it back to Josh Resman, who fires it around the boards for Renderer. Renderer, who's on the hat trick watch, takes it into the corner. Feathers it up to Hoyt. Over to, looking for Weiss. He's cross-checked down from behind. Resman gets the body in the lane. I think Konechny got a piece of that one. And Renderer will clear it out with 41 seconds left to go. Renderer fires one just wide of the far post. That'll come out for Hoyt, who will drop it back for Resman. Resman over to Resman. 27 seconds left on the clock as Josh Resman Jr. will go for the stretch pass up to Nemo. Weiss will go in on the forecheck. Collinsville will pick it up. Collinsville with the stretch pass. Kitstein brings it in, swiped away by Resman, and that'll just about do it. 2 seconds left. Bulldogs will get a 5-0 win, and Konechny will get a shutout tonight against Collinsville. 30 shots to 22 in favor of the Bulldogs. Well, thank you for tuning in tonight. The JV squad will be back in action this weekend. Everybody have a great night. Drive safe. And we'll see you back at the rink.